a special assistant to the governor of Ekiti State on service delivery. I was chairman conference of speakers in Nigeria and one-time speaker of the Ekiti Youth Parliament in Ekiti State. And I had my first degree in Ekiti State University, Department of Microbiology. My second degree at Federal University of Technology, Akure, that's FUTA. And then my third degree, which is a postgraduate diploma in education from University of Ilorin. I had my master's from FUTA anyway. So I had to do a postgraduate diploma in education from University of Ilorin. I'm currently on my PhD in medical microbiology at Federal University of Ekiti for you. So I'm very familiar with the topic we have to treat. So that's that about myself. Thank you.
Introduction, our viewers, you are someone who's with two caps. What I mean by that is that you are an expert on the field when it comes to addiction, and also you are close to government, especially the government of Ekiti State, and you can be able to speak on either addiction or government's role as regards addiction. I want you to define what you feel or what you addiction. What do you think addiction is, and what type of addiction do you think you have?
Well, for me, I know addiction is a neurophysiological disorder characterized by maybe persistent and intense urge to use drug or to engage in a behavior that produces maybe natural reward despite the harm, despite the negativity attached to it. So addiction can be viewed from different angles. You know, addiction could be because somebody wanted to enhance his or her maybe performance and all of that. And it has been seen that from studies we have seen that addiction could be because of broken home, could be because of pressure, could be because of peer pressure, could be because of lack of job, lack of maybe employment and all of that. So anything can draw anyone to addiction. So that is it.
Okay,
Just
okay. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, network. Yeah.
hello.
Hello.
Yes, I'm
Ah,
here.
the network. Yeah, okay. We thank God that you are back again.
Okay,
I
it went
want to.
off.
I want you to. Yeah, you are on. You are on. I want you to let our viewers know what government rule comes to addiction. What do you think government rule should be when it comes to addiction?
And all right, what the government role should be is to have policies in place that will see to control of addiction. Because and then to create employment for youth. Because if you see demographically, youth are the largest when it comes to population demographically. We constitute about 63 to 65% of the entire population. So what pertains to us must be well taken care of by the government by providing employment, by providing opportunities for our youth to utilize their energy and to be engaged. Because, like I used to say, maybe in Pidgin, that as a youth, if you are not doing something, something will be doing you. So it is important that government at every level, at local level, at state level, at the federal level, provides opportunity for youth. You know, I mentioned the other time that joblessness can lead to depression and can lead to addiction because someone wants to feel accepted, want to feel that yes, I'm there, I'm to feel among. So government must provide jobs, but you asked majorly what the role of government should be. legislation is part of
mm,
what the government should do. But then it is not all about government alone. We must start from the family level. We must pick it from the
mm,
family level. Everybody must be responsible for the youth in their family. As much as
yes.
possible, parents must be able to guide their children appropriately. It is said in my culture that ile Latin ko esho, that is, charity begins at home. So we must begin by letting these youth know or guiding them appropriately to follow a certain direction at the community level, at the churches, at the mosque. We must be able to mentor and talk to these youth. So everybody has a role. The community has a role. The NGOs, civil society organizations, non-government organizations, they have their own role to play. So it must be collaborative. It has to be a kind of synergy between government and private operators to ensure that we vanish addiction uh, from our society. Maybe I should quickly talk on what we were able to do when I was Speaker of the EU Parliament. We
I want you to okay, speak on that, sir.
All right, thank you,
Speak
sir.
on that.
We
Mm,
organized advocacy work against crime, against addiction, against rape, against all form of vices. And then we were able to go to many secondary schools across the 16 local governments in Ekiti State to speak against addiction, to speak against all these social vices that our youth are engaged in. So it is important that we all participate and contribute our own quota in ensuring we have a community and a society we all can be proud of.
okay, thanks. I want you to also let viewers know those structures that government in place to curb addiction.
All right, thank you for that, sir.
Mm,
If you see in Ekiti State, the healthcare system has been empowered such that people that are addicted can walk into a place like Ekiti State University Hospital, where there are facilities and infrastructures put in place for people addicted to be attended to be rehabilitated. And I know there is a federal government establishment also in Ido Ekiti, the former FMC, and I think it's a federal teaching hospital now at Ido Ekiti. They also have that facility to attend to whoever is addicted or is having any mental related issues. So the same way all our medical facilities have been strengthened in the state across the local government, but then those facilities, I've been to those two places and I can say for free that these places are empowered and reinforced people that are addicted to maybe drugs or whatever.
mm. From what you are saying now, you are saying enough doctors, nurses, uh, equipment that could take care of them.
Yes, I've been to the Exut and the one of Federal Teaching Hospital at Ido. So I know we have people on ground that are competent, that are capable, and the infrastructure is in place. Anyone can walk into the State University Teaching Hospital and Exut in Ado Ekiti and be able to see that facility.
And from what you are saying now, whoever is addicted can be treated properly in those places.
Yes, yes.
From your, I know you have worked one or two are addicted. How do you assess device? Do you think is something we should be worried about, or we should just forget about it? It's not problematic at all. Just very few people.
Okay, if I got it correctly, you are saying if I've worked or seen people that are addicted, that is it
Yes,
a problem to the society or so? Did I get you?
I'm asking if it's problematic. You have said it that is something we should be working on now, or is
And
something that is minimal.
definitely, if you see the economic reality in the country, you see that
Mm,
many youth that are not having any job, you see they can easily take to drug, they can easily be depressed. And I think it is like I mentioned the other time that all of us must join hands to ensure we work together to vanish addiction or reduce it so well in our society. It must take us to be intentional about this. It is not government alone that can solve all the problems. All of us must come together to ensure we are contributing our own to ensuring that we vanish addiction. The youth in your environment, in your churches, in your mosque, in wherever you are you talking to them? Are you advising them? There is need for mentorship. I've worked among the youth for a very long time, and it is one thing that I keep emphasizing. We need mentorship. Mentorship must be institutionalized such that we are producing mentees that will be able to become independent. We are empowering them. It's not everybody that can get government jobs. We can do entrepreneurship and all of that. One of the mentoring we have um, proposed is to build youth development centers across different senatorial districts such that people will be able to get skills, they will be empowered to get necessary skills that will feed them, and they will be able to feed others, and they will become employers of labor. In Ekiti State, the government, at the advent of this government, the present government, he created three different ministries to attend to the needs of the youth in Ekiti State intentionally. He created the Ministry of Youth Development, created the Ministry of Innovation and Digital Economy, he created the Ministry of Wealth Creation. He separated the Sports Commission from Ministry of Youth Development. And then all of these are working together to engage our youth. I was in a gathering of more than 2,000 youth students yesterday. Yesterday was International Student Day, and I was privileged to represent my boss, Engineer Dr. John Muyekunda. I represented him, and then I was also part of the panel. I was a panelist on one of their sessions, and we're able to talk on all of these by encouraging the youth to take into self-development. Nobody is interested in building you than you. Self-development is very, very essential and important. So from the angle of government, I'm taking it from the angle of individuals now, from the angle of the
Yes.
community, and from the angle of government. All of us must join hands together to help those that are addicted, and to ensure those that are not addicted are not drawn into becoming addicted.
Okay. I'm just being curious now. Those who are into betting and addicted into betting, are
Hmm.
we going to see joblessness also, or what could have led them to bet without proper coping of themselves?
Thank you, sir. Gambling is as old as any is as old as the country itself.
Okay.
Because
And they
when I was when I was growing up, I would be hearing those baba they say, "One fellow pool." They want to go and play
have
pool. I don't know I don't have the understanding of what they used to go and do at that point. But they will be saying they want to go and play pool. So the issue of betting, joblessness can be part of it, and quick rich syndrome also can be part of it, because many of our youth are fixated on immediate gratification, which cannot help anybody. There will always be process before progress. How can one want to make progress without following the processes? Like someone want to become a permanent secretary. someone, someone that just started job today wanted to become permanent secretary tomorrow, or maybe immediately. There will be processes. You must pass through the ropes. You must pass through the ranks to becoming or to getting to where you wanted to get to. So the quick reach syndrome is a problem bedeviling many of our youths. We cannot totally blame joblessness. We can blame addiction in a way, because people are drawn to it and they cannot bring themselves out of it, because they feel they can get money from it. And even when they are when they are losing games, when they are losing all of this, they still go to different extent. Some of them, I had somebody use this or school fee to play bet. That is not even wise at all, to use your investment.
Mm,
It is not an investment opportunity. Betting is not
okay.
an investment opportunity, as it is said in Yoruba. And it tete,
Mm,
I love the way they call it tete. ẹni tó bá fẹ́ tẹ́
mm,
ló máa ń ta tẹ́tẹ́. I don't know how to quickly interpret that. So every opportunity I've had, I've talked to the youth around me that you cannot get rich with betting. They said, someone
mm,
won 1 million, 1 million. If we want to bet again with the 2 million, like the time of what's it called now? Is it MMM? There
mm,
is this my friend.
mhm,
He invested 1 million in MMM. So it
mm.
was to have a cash out of over 2 million. So he got the cash out. So when he got the money, around 2.5 million, he
Mm.
reinvested the whole money, the whole 2.5 million in MMM again, and MMM shut down. MMM shut down immediately. So he lost everything and he was complaining to me. I said, "You are a thief. How do you want to make you cannot even keep your capital. You plunged everything
Yeah.
back into it because you felt you want to make quick, easy money. You see
Uh,
now. So you that is
someone,
just that is it.
someone who is in that kind of situation, what kind of help can government give to such person? What I mean by that is that person going to go to the clinic, or where can he get help? Someone who's
Well,
already having such kind, or go to a psychologist, or where do you think he can get help so that our viewers who are already, because there's so many of them who are into this every Saturday during the league matches, a lot of betting is going on, and yet people are complaining that not they don't have much money, but they have money to bet and all this. So I just want you, who do you think can help that person? Or do you think the
eh,
person can push to help himself?
do you know it is usually very difficult for people gambling and people that are addicted to take themselves to help them? It is actually very difficult. They don't want to even own up. Someone that is addicted
Mm,
to betting does not want to own up that is addicted. So that
mm,
is that is one thing. So it is when you realize you have a problem that you seek for solutions. So most of them
mm,
do not even know that it is an addiction, that it is a problem. But if there is anyone
mm,
that has realized that this is a problem, we have mentors in all these fields. We have psychologists, and like I said, we have health institutions that are empowered to attend to the needs of the people, especially in Ekiti State. So if somebody is having such, you can walk into Ekiti State teaching hospital where you are able to get help. But I know we have mentorship schools. There is a mentorship school in Ekiti State. It's a private mentorship school. I've been there to speak
where we
also.
mention it, mention it. Where is that place so that people can go and get support and get
Gig
mentorship?
Bob. They don't do earth related stuff, but they mentor people from different angles. The place is called Gig Muff School of Mentoring. It's at Civic
Okay,
Center around Fajui Civic Center.
okay.
People can go for mentorship. When you have something doing, when you are under different mentors, you have a focus and you are not distracted. When people, it is said, an idle hand is a devil's workshop. So it is because
Mm,
people are not engaged that they go to uh, uh, get addicted to all of these things. So I'm suggesting they start engaging their minds productively, and then also the kind of help one can get. You can literally have access to anything online. There are
mm,
doctors online on YouTube and all of that that speaks on all
mm,
of this addiction. If you Google addiction, YouTube and all of that, like something like this that we
yeah.
are doing now, if anybody is watching it, it can help the person to trace
Mm,
his or her way back. And one of the
mm,
ways one can productively engage his or her mind is when you share Coursera. There is a website called Coursera. Someone like myself,
mm,
I've done like 7 certifications. There are 7 different courses on emotional intelligence, on leadership, on different things. I urge our youth to use
mm,
all these things, all these facilities that have been provided free of charge. You know, when you go online, you have access to all of this to help yourself and to bring yourself back. Then I want to encourage you that you should have a focus. You should know you have it tomorrow. When you are addicted and then you get drawn away into drugs, you get drawn away, which can literally lead to prison, can lead to death, can lead to different things. When
mm,
you affect yourself now, when your health is not
mm,
good or you die, how then are you going to be a community changer or somebody that will be of high influence in the future? So if you are meant to become a governor that will change Nigeria, that will change a state, or a representative that will make a change in the lives of the people, and you have killed yourself now, how are you going to get there? So we must all know that we have a future. So don't destroy the future by your actions of today.
okay, okay. Thank you. Can we say that government also can be held culpable now? Because government licenses most of those betting groups, and they are all over the internet everywhere. So and government is not doing anything about it, and a lot of youth are getting addicted into betting and all that. What do you have
For
to say
me,
about that?
For me, I believe government at every level should regulate all these betting sites. It is actually much, but it is not limited to Nigeria anyway. You know, when you watch Premier League and all of these leagues, you will see them advertising this, but they will say bet responsibly. So it is businesses for some people, but it is
Mm,
advised that people bet responsibly. But I believe there can be regulation. We should be able to
mm,
regulate all of this, but
mm,
nobody will force anyone to pick money from his pocket to go and bet. It is said, on the cigarette pack, it
yeah.
is written
Mhm,
that smokers are liable to die young.
mm,
So, and people still take that. So even though people know the disadvantages of all of this, they still go into all of
mm,
that. But I believe if there
mm,
is regulation, if there is self-consciousness and self-awareness, if there is focus
mm,
that you should not destroy your life with all of this, I believe all of us we have to
mm.
rethink it to ensure we banish addiction from our society.
Okay. Okay, we have been talking about addiction generally. Now, I want to be mentioning the special, those addiction and addictive activities. And I want you to advise those who are already addicted where they can go or what they can do. Just with use one or two sentences to advise them what they can do or where they can go. The first one is drug addiction. Where do you think the person can go? I'm talking about Ekiti State now. Where do you think the person can go as regards Ekiti State?
Egit State University Teaching Hospital.
Okay, Ekiti State University Teaching Hospital, it will get help. Okay, alcohol addiction. Where do you think the person can go?
That one is the most difficult to. But anything that has to do with health, I still have to direct
Mm,
individuals to go to the health care facility. But then
so
one
you're
must
still
be able to
talking
draw himself out of alcoholism, because alcoholism can lead to kidney failure or liver failure, liver cirrhosis, and all of that. So
mm,
one must know that he or she is killing himself or herself gradually by taking to alcoholism.
okay,
So
and you
self
know
awareness is self
the person
discipline.
okay, the
Self
person you are
discipline is
talking
what
of,
is
he just needs help now. So where do you think that person can go? The alcohol addict health centers too.
yes, healthcare facilities also will attend to them, but counseling also, maybe a psychologist or whoever can get to influence that person.
How about borrowing? Borrowing addiction,
Ah,
addicted in terms of borrowing. Where do the person go to?
if it is borrowing, the state government, as far as I know, the state has made provisions for soft loan borrowing. If you get to the Ministry of Trade, Commerce and Investment and Cooperatives in Ekiti State. There are guidelines through which you can secure loans instead of borrowing online and becoming addicted.
Let me explain better so that you understand. You know,
Okay,
there's a lot of online borrowing apps around, and a lot
okay.
of persons are to it, and they have been trapped as regards it. Where, what advice would you give that person as somebody who is
Can
close to
we
God?
can we call that borrowing addiction? People, if they don't have any means of survival, they look for means of maybe borrowing if they can pay back. But those that are now perpetually into it, I would advise them to start with business. Don't borrow to eat. You can borrow to start something that will bring if you eat the seed, how then do you get the fruit? So if you are borrowing, borrow for something that is productive. Don't borrow for something that is that you consume and it will just go. But I'm saying whosoever is in need of soft loan can approach government that government is making single digit loans available to people, especially women in Ekiti State. So instead of falling into the net of all these online apps, you should visit the Ministry of Commerce, Industry, and the Trade in Ekiti State.
Mm. Are those ones doing enough to sensitize people about this?
Yes, of course. They've been to radio stations, they post it, they have done sense. I have attended like two sensitization that they did because of my office. My office of
Okay.
transformation and service delivery. So we monitor all the activities. So I know that all these things are ongoing in the state.
Okay. Another form of addiction I want you to advise whoever is involved: sex addiction. Where do that person get help? And you
Sex
know,
addiction.
a lot of you can hear a lot of bizarre stories. People
Mm,
sleeping with their daughters,
mm.
and all sorts. Where do such persons get help? Because I believe it's something that they need help to.
Yes, they need help. Uh, for this one, they should go for counseling. No, they should go for counseling. And I know
Counseling
at
where?
hospital, I know I will still refer them to the hospital because it has
To
to
the
do with
hospital,
health.
to the
It has
psychologist.
to do with health. There is need for professionals to get engaged in that, and these professionals can be found in the hospitals in existence. You can find
Okay.
them. They will be able to assist and guide as appropriate. But maybe people that are taking to their daughters and all of that should go for deliverance. So
Deliverance
they should
where?
go.
Deliverance
Uh,
where? In the hospital
they should
or
go and
mosque?
seek God. They should pray to God.
God.
If they attend churches, they should go to their pastors. If they attend mosques, they should go to their. They need help and they should seek for help.
From your expertise, do they have? Is there any form of drugs that could reduce their libido or reduce whatever drives them into such kind of behavior? Because of
And
your
it's
expertise
it's
in
only
your field,
doctors that
that's
can
what
recommend.
I'm.
It's only doctors that pharmacists, doctors will recommend and pharmacists will definitely. But it is when they know the level of addiction. Doctors will not just recommend any drug until they have assessed, until they have diagnosed the patient. So on drug addiction, one needs to still visit experts at the hospitals.
Hello. Hey. Hello.
Hello,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I,
can
I
hear
said
you.
if it is at the preliminary stages, they know what to recommend. If it is at maybe acute stage or chronic stages, they know what to recommend. So nobody that is not a professional can recommend anything. In fact, you'll
Mm.
be complicating the issues when you when you do such recommendations. But I want us to also know that any drug can be abused. Any drug
I
can be
know.
abused or misused. When even paracetamol, common PCM, can be abused.
Mm.
When you take it too much, any drug, anything can be abused. but then it depends on
Okay.
the level of addiction. If it is, like it is said that if cancer is at the preliminary stage, maybe the first stage or so, doctors are able to recommend maybe a form of chemotherapy and all of that to quickly salvage the situation. But when it is getting to advanced stage, they will not be able to. They will recommend things, but they know what to recommend. So it is advisable that they visit certified healthcare facility for such recommendations and proper treatment.
I'm just thinking aloud now because you have drawn some group of persons to help government now, but I don't think government is doing that. When we mentioned, you said the person should go for deliverance. So that in technically, just wait. Technically, you are saying maybe churches and also the mosque. Then the traditional group. Is government engaging us to help people who are already into all these kind of problems?
The first point of call should be an hospital. Why I said loosely the other time is the fact that whosoever is now turning to his daughter for sexual this thing, that's why I'm saying
I think you
that
referred
that,
that
that is
story
that
last
is
week.
degrading.
Last week,
But
a man slept with three daughters,
ah
and
that is
I believe addiction is part of it.
addiction. Yeah, what kind of addiction will make one turn to his own daughter? Like I said, the first point of call should
Or
be
okay, what? Okay, give us what you feel could have led him to do such.
it is personal to to him. Oh. I don't know. Could it be frustration? Could it be? I'm not sure. I'm not sure there is any justifiable reason for anyone to do that. When he if he wants to marry multiple wives, he can go and do that. Why? It's spiritual. I'm not sure in natural. I'm not sure somebody.
Okay, you spiritual, not psychological.
It could be
It's spiritual,
psychological too,
not
but
psychological.
what kind of depression, what kind of emotional trauma will make one to go and do such? So it is condemnable, it is abominable, but I know that such situation can be ameliorated if the person visits an hospital too. But there is need for deeper level of counseling for such people. Deeper level of counseling should be involved.
Oh,
And such advice will come from professionals
okay.
at the
I want to
hospitals. And
thank. Okay, I want to thank you. I thank you very much. I want you. I know you are a political person. So I know your fans, your supporters here and there would want to know what is next for you. What do you want to do after this duty that you have now? Can you tell them before we? Can you tell your
thank you, sir. Thank you
support?
for the
Yeah.
opportunity to talk.
What party are you?
Yes, I'm a member of APC, and then of course I'm a special assistant to the governor currently. But let me say that
Mm.
tomorrow is in God's hands. I'm a servant. I call myself servant of the people. So I get engaged in many advocacy programs and support for the people. So the direction is in God's hand. Whatever God is saying we should do next, and whatever our party is saying we have the capacity to do next. But the people should believe that any opportunity I'm given, I would always utilize it effectively for the people, do the best I can within the resources and within the God's given potential and ability to contribute to communal development, like I'd always done across communities in my local government and across Ekiti State. When I was given opportunity as Speaker of the Youth Parliament, we did advocacy, we did so many programs that people are still referring to today, and that has given us opportunity to engage at different levels, and people are appreciating what we have been able to do. So God has given us the potential and the ability. So it is in God's hands and in the hand of our leaders to take some critical decisions when the time is due. Thank you, sir. Thank you to my
Okay.
fans.
Yeah. I want to also ask you this question concerning the election. your perspective, do you think it's done and dusted as regards APC winning the election? I'm talking of the governorship election now.
It is done and dusted. Oyebanji is
I'm
winning in
sure
the
of that.
177. He's winning in the 177 words. But my governor is not going to take anything
Mm,
to chance. Our structure is
okay.
very solid in the state. That is why in Ekiti State there is no other party. There is no other party in the sense that they are not organized. Even when they come together, we have our own structure. Even though we are the ruling party, we put everything in place to ensure we do all that is necessary. We visit the world, we visit the local government, we visit senatorial district to ask for what the people want, and they make inclusion in the budget. And when it comes to electioneering processes, you see the primary, we did not leave anything to chance. We went to the people, to the delegates, we did delegate congress, we did everything, we put everything right. And that is why our party is the party of choice in Ekiti State. I know Yebanji is doing fine. In his three strategic actionable pillars, he has delivered and is still delivering. So I'm not sure there is anybody that wishes to come close because Oyebanji is going to flog the person in and out. Oyebanji is everywhere in Ekiti State. No gainsaying.
You know,
No gainsaying.
one thing I like
Oyebanji
about
is the most popular candidate. We enjoy peace because everybody is in agreement. Is working with this government. Even opposition have agreed that Oyebanji cannot be defeated.
okay. And I think one thing I
Yes,
like
sir.
about you is you you are I don't know how to describe it, but you talk very well like a politician. So politicians
Am I really?
always
Maybe I become maybe politician. Abi.
always don't give anything to chance. Well, I want to thank you for coming to this program. I want to thank you for taking this little period to discuss things which are important. And I must let you know that I want you to let people in government to know one or two things as regards addiction, whether we like it or not. This thing is growing and it's affecting even the so-called insecurity we are talking about. I believe addiction is part of it, and I think government, people close to government, should do everything possible to stop issues that are related to addiction. And I believe, once those issues are resolved, a larger percentage of what we call problems or challenges would be reduced in the nation and also Ekiti State. I want to thank you, appreciate you for coming, and I would also want you not to lose focus, always push to the highest as you wish for yourself. Thank
Thank you, sir.
you and goodbye.
I
Thank you.
appreciate I appreciate the opportunity, sir. Thank you, sir. God bless you,
Oh,
sir.
okay,
I'm
thank you. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yes, sir.